Apart from all the reviews of the peripherals, components and everything else you see on this channel, I occasionally do some vlogging or vlogs or whatever you want to call them about the process of my custom builds. Now, I know it's been very long from the volume 1 of this RGB Fusion build, but the weather in Croatia was very bad. It was minus 17 degrees at once, and I couldn't glue things, I couldn't color things, and that was the reason why some of the parts were in hold until the better weather. Now the time is getting in plus, or it's getting a bit above 10 degrees, so it's about time to finish and wrap up this build. Now today I'm going to show you some bits and pieces that are already done and bits and pieces that are supposed to be done very soon. Tomorrow I'm going to continue with some new stuff, and well, you'll see soon the time-lapse video of the whole build. Now right here we have a bunch of components and bunch of stuff that I use for doing and modding this case. So let's start from the components. Now here we have the CoolerMaster, and in the volume 1 I already told you all the components that are going to be used, but just going to repeat quickly. We have here the CoolerMaster V550 watts power supply with custom cables from CableMod, and even the SATA cables, SATA data cables, are also customly graded. This is the silver one. The custom slit cables are black, white and silver, or gray, or whatever, and they are pro version, which means they have these kind of cable combs already attached to them. Now that's for the power supply and the custom slit cables. Let's go to the SSD. Here we have the TeamGroup L5 3D Lite SSD, 240 gigabytes, which is going to be used in my build, of course. We have also the hard drive, which is going to be 1 terabyte Seagate Barracuda 7200 RPMs. On the motherboard we have 2 Delta sticks from the TeamGroup T-Force. Here they are. You already seen my unboxing of them. They are RGB, and they are currently one of my favorite looking RAM sticks on the market. They really have nice design, nice shape, and the RGB is just incredible. Well, let's put that back. Now on the motherboard, and don't worry about the stock Intel cooler, this was just for testing purposes. Now this is the Gigabyte H270-Gaming 3 motherboard with 1151 Intel socket. It has the Intel Core i5 7500 processor here. I'm going to remove the stock cooler, of course, and I'm going to show you which one. Here, as it's the H series of the motherboard, it doesn't have the I/O cover, but I'm going to do it out of plexiglass, and I'm going to show you how, just a similar variation of it and how it's supposed to look. So it's going to go here across, and I'm going to, well, attach it to the holes that are used for attaching the motherboard to the case. Now here we have the Gigabyte AORUS GeForce GTX 1060 6GB. This is the RGB edition. It has 3 fans, it has the fan stop, so if it's not up to a certain load, the fan stops and it notifies you right here. It lights up here, and this is it. This is the card that is going to be used on this project. It's some sort of a mid-range build, so it's not going to be any extra, but I'm mainly focused here on the looks of the case, and that is what is in my mind, and that is what is important for this build. Next up, as I said, the CoolerMaster power supply. We have the CoolerMaster case. It's going to be MasterCase Pro 5, which is already got some pimp up parts. I ordered special tempered glass. As you can see, it has here on the H500P on my case, and I ordered the same tempered glass that is going to be attached on the well, it's already attached, but I don't have space here to place it here and to show you, but you'll see in the time-lapse video everything. Now the next thing, and as I said, for the cooler of the processor, I'm going to use the Gigabyte ATC cooler, which will be a bit colored because everything will be white and black, including the cables as you've seen, and the motherboard, well, you'll have the plexiglass stuff white and black, and I'm not going to color the whole thing, just some parts, bits and pieces, just to get that nice effect. So when since it's RGB fusion, and when the RGB is turned off, you could nicely see, well, you can see a build that has one color scheme which will fit perfectly, in my opinion, of course. Now the next thing, this is the top panel of the case, and the front panel is the same cutout here. I colored this here under the meshed part white, as you can see inside as well. It's going to have this made out of plexiglass. Now this might confuse you, but it has here the original sticker and the cover sticker that protects the plexiglass. So when you actually remove it, give me a second, when you actually remove it, it's black. I designed this as the looks of on the Gigabyte motherboard, and you'll see why when I assemble it and I turn on. Now I'm going to show you, this is going to be placed like so, as you can see, and since this is almost see-through plexiglass, the white one, it's white, milk white color, it's going to have see-through because well, it's not see-through, but it will have the CableMod LEDs are going to shine through, and you'll actually see from above, outside of the case, the whole lights. It's not going to be too bright to, I don't know, make you turn it off, but it will look really nice because the milk white will actually a bit dampen the colors, but it will still look nice, hopefully. That is what I thought of. Now this is how it is going to look when you place it on top. This is the front panel, and as you can see, I also colored the meshed part here and up here white, so it gets a bit of a contrast. It isn't all black and everything. Here I will do a cutout, and I won't put the Gigabyte AORUS logo because the plexi that I cut out wasn't actually designed perfectly, in my opinion. So I'm just going to cut this part out and put the plexi logo here of the RGB fusion, but you'll see that when everything is done, of course. Now, as I said, this is the black part, which was something like this, covered with some kind of sticker or protection material to take care of the gloss part of the plexiglass. So guys, thank you for watching. This was volume 2 of RGB Fusion. Next video about this build is going to be a time-lapse video, sorry. And then we're off to something new. So thanks again, see ya, and well, take care, bye bye.